Check. What is up? What is up? Welcome to RunsDeep, Run It Back, episode 13 podcast. Live with only three of the boys tonight. Got myself, E Huts, Ronald Theodore. Welcome. Hope you guys enjoy the show. Kick it off. I'm going to start it with Ronald. What you drinking? What you watching?
Okay, so I'm drinking a White Claw, and you guys can give me shit if you want, but it's a raspberry White Claw.
Never had
Drank
that
a
one.
lot. I drank a lot yesterday, so trying to not overdo it this weekend. But yeah, doing some White Claw. And then what am I watching?
Oh, God.
Honestly, I am watching Attack on Titan. So you guys can give me shit for that if you want. But
bro.
even more shit on top of that, which I think you guys are gonna hate this even more, is I'm just now getting around to finishing the Last Dance documentary.
Okay.
Yeah, I know.
I
It's
mean,
so good though. It's so good. It's fantastic.
CP,
I haven't watched it.
what if a
CP
guy
hasn't seen it.
that's
He just
I
said
know.
he hasn't seen it.
I haven't. I've
That's
seen bits and
insane,
pieces.
too.
I know.
What
But
if
then
the
again,
guy that's from Illinois that claims to be a Bulls fan is just not watching The Last Dance,
Yeah.
dude?
Yeah, see, that's
Yeah.
different.
No,
If
it's
this was
bad.
about
I
the
feel bad about
Cowboys,
it.
if this was about the
Damn
Cowboys
disgrace.
and like Emmitt Smith, Joe Aikman, the heydays for us, there's no shot I would have missed a second of it.
It's so
But
good.
This doc is more important than the Cowboys, dude. We're talking about Michael Jordan, the GOAT of possibly all GOATs.
That is true.
You think over the GOAT that's currently
Ooh.
dominating sports?
It's different. It's so different. It's definitely harder to win a championship in the NFL than it is.
And he's got more than him
Yeah.
in the NFL.
Yeah, 7 now. But if we're talking about greatness alone, like how good was that single person at their sport?
Yeah.
Yeah, then I think Jordan takes it. But
Because Brady's had some good seasons. Don't get me wrong, where he's had some really good numbers. But
Brady was carried pretty heavily by his defense in the beginning. I mean, he's the GOAT of football. Don't get me wrong, but
Dude, remember that year in fantasy where I had the Patriots defense?
last year,
2 years ago.
Yeah, I think it was 2 years ago, and it was
wasn't
insane.
this season. It was the previous season because their season broke every record. Like
Yeah.
Yeah, it's crazy. All right, Eric, what you drinking? What you watching, brother?
I'm drinking an Arnold Palmer, half and half, and currently watching Ozarks. Just about wrapped up season 2. I think I got one more episode left of season 2, and then on to season 3. I was late to the train on that one, but it's so good. It's so good. It keeps you on the edge of your seat, and it's just like nonstop, just chaos.
I started Ozarks a couple years ago and just couldn't get into it, so I kind of just stopped watching it.
Really?
Yeah, it seemed like it was a good show. It was like because I think I watched like part of the first season, like where the family like moved or whatever.
Yeah,
into
it's
like the
first episode.
Yeah, like the first. I don't know. It's one of those things I started. Like I'd go to bed every night and I'd end up falling asleep mid episode. So I just never got around to actually paying attention and watching it.
That's rough.
It's like one of those shows that Brenna kind of shut down. Like we were watching it, probably got the first season in, and then she was like, "I'm just not feeling it. Let's watch something else." And then I basically got fucking vetoed, and we started watching something else.
Damn.
And I don't really watch shows by myself. Like when I get off of not Xbox. Oh shit, that's the horrible word to say.
10 years
when I get
ago.
when I get off a PC, I typically just like watch something with Brenna, so it's agreed upon.
Yeah, I don't know, man. It's got that Breaking Bad vibes to it. So
yeah.
If you're into Breaking Bad, I feel like you'd be into Ozarks.
Yeah, I just feel like it's one of the, if it's at that magnitude, it's gonna be a step down. Nothing's gonna match Breaking Bad. Breaking Bad's unmatchable. Game of Thrones is unmatchable. I mean, those two shows right there for me were like early days of The Walking Dead until it just got strung out forever.
So good.
Yeah. I watched like the first like 6-7 seasons or whatever, and then I just couldn't. They just kept going.
I'm still watching just because I have to see how it ends. And I think it's the last season. This next season is the last, I think they said. So
because Rick's done, right?
Not necessarily. I mean, spoiler alert, but he...
No, I meant like he's done with the show. Like I thought he wanted out or something.
Oh, well, he did. They did take... But he's not dead.
Oh, shit. Okay.
They're like doing a spin-off, and he's on the spin-off.
I think I watched the season either up to or the season after The Governor. Like, was the main villain.
The Governor.
The Governor. You ever played the drinking game, The Governor?
Dude, yes.
It's a very interesting
game.
It was fun.
Yeah, I seriously think we went to Ozarks, We literally went to Ozarks, Eric. Holy shit, that's small world. Fucking went to Ozarks, and we played Governor there for the first time.
That's
And
cool.
then I came back from that trip, and I swear to God, you brought it up. You're like, "Have you guys ever played Governor?" It's like, dude, I just played it.
We used to have a college in our conference that we played. That was the Ozarks. Was their school. We played them every year. Had an awesome field. Loved it.
What are you drinking?
Currently, not drinking anything because my drink's out. But I did have me a. You guys can't see it, but the camera can. Nice Dr. Pepper that I can't taste because even though
crazy, it's lasting that.
Dude, I can't taste. I can't smell anything. It's been about a week now of it, and I've been told it'll last for about a month usually. So.
Yeah, you still won't try the damn trick, dude. I mean, can you promise for the next podcast, if you don't have the taste or smell, you'll do it on the podcast?
If I come out the other side of this fucking blizzard we're about to get hit with, and I can get out of my house and buy it, I'll do it. I keep forgetting to. I went to
the 2 inches of snow that Texas is gonna get, he's gonna be barricaded in his house.
We're predicting between 5 and 8, which is massive for us. That's just
that is crazy for you guys.
Tonight to Monday morning, and then we're supposed to get another 3 to 5 inches on Wednesday. So, and the temperature doesn't get above 12 degrees for the next 6 days.
Yeah, what's going on in Texas?
What is going on there?
I don't fucking know, dude. I think Rob drove his van from Colorado over to you guys and just kind of stopped along the way and said, "Here you go, Texas, take it." So,
because you guys are not virtual, right? You teach in person.
Yeah, I teach in person, but
so those kids are about to be hyped with some snow days, then, right?
Not really, because this year only, if we get snow days, instead of us having to take a bad weather day and then make it up later on at the end of the year, they're making those days virtual days. So I'll teach from home, which means I'll probably have maybe 2 or 3 kids the entire day that stop by the Zoom, and I'll just be sitting here at my computer with a Zoom going, talking to nobody, because they're kids and they're getting 5 inches of snow.
Dude, give me the Zoom password. I'll join in and talk to you.
Dude, I would love to listen to a lesson.
My guess is that it's kind of expected for that to be the case, and by doing that, we don't have to make up those days later. And the kids I'm just not going to give anything important for them to learn that day. I'm just going to make it just extra credit work. If they show up, they get extra credit. If they don't, then enjoy your snow day. So that's kind of my thinking. We were talking about the GOATs, right? So obviously Tom Brady just won his 7th fucking Super Bowl and just played in his 10th. Did you guys hear? Obviously, I'm sure you've seen and you've heard of the streaker, but did you hear about the things around it? There's a couple big pieces of it. So as soon as it happened, we were watching it in the Discord, me, Eric, and Rev. And when it happened, the first thing I said was, "Holy shit, it's got to be Vitaly." Well, it wasn't Vitaly, but it was one of Vitaly's goons. If you guys don't know who Vitaly is, he was a former YouTube prankster who got millions of subscribers, was probably one of the biggest YouTubers with pranks that's come across the platform. Recently, over the last year, he's kind of fallen off because he got alleged domestic abuse charges where he was fucked up on mushrooms and alcohol and jumped out of a bush and beat a woman to a bloody pulp just out of nowhere. So he's been off social media for the last year. He hasn't done anything on social media, but he runs an adult website called Vitaly Uncensored where he does pranks and a bunch of titty and I guess pranks and just titty compilations, stuff like that, stuff that an adult website's going to hold. And he always is known for he streaked the World Series, he did the World Cup, he tried to do the Super Bowl, but he got busted and they kicked him out. But he was able to get one of his goons to go into the Super Bowl, and across his chest it said Vitaly Uncensored, and he was wearing a pink one-piece thong bathing suit. And so that was his way of getting his promotion out there. So he's still at it somehow, so he's still there. But
is that his thing or something? The pink one-piece thing?
No, I think it just doesn't matter. He does whatever. I think his ex-girlfriend is the one who streaked. I don't even know what to call it streak anymore because they're not naked. I guess they're just streaking across the field.
Interfere, yeah.
Yeah. So his girlfriend did the World Cup. He did the World Series. I think he did the NBA Finals with Cleveland versus Golden State, I think. And now they got the Super Bowl. So they've gotten 4 major pieces that they've now hit. But the other thing is that allegedly the guy who actually did the streaking placed a prop bet of $50,000. And the prop bet was, will someone run across the field? So he placed $50,000 on himself to do it, and they didn't know he was going to do it, and he's trying to cash in on it.
See, that's what I heard.
And
And I think I saw it maybe on Twitter or something where that 50K allegedly turned into like 300K or something.
yeah,
It's like 375,000 or something like that.
Yeah.
But I read today that the bookkeepers wouldn't allow them to cash out on it,
If
so
you're
it was
gonna-
all for nothing.
if
Like,
you're
because
gonna
it
do
was
something like
almost
that,
like cheating kind of thing.
yeah,
Yeah. Well, I was listening to a David Dobrik podcast, and they were talking about it, and he was saying that one of the biggest prop bets for the Super Bowl is always. Hold on, guys, you're gonna have to take over for a second.
one of the biggest prop bets is
You got a
probably
little nephew coming in here playing a guitar right now, so
Oh, gotcha.
he's about to set the stage on fire. So I'm assuming what he's probably gonna say is one of the biggest prop bets is things like who wins the coin flip.
Gatorade. I know Gatorade.
Gatorade, yeah. What color is the Gatorade? And I'm willing to bet another one is probably will someone run across the field? And
Yeah.
so this guy's mistake, if these rumors are true, is that you don't gloat about it. You don't go off and say yeah, I did it and I placed 50 grand. Like, of course they're gonna instantly say,
keep it
yeah,
to yourself.
here's your money back. And if you do bet, you don't bet it yourself. They're gonna put the names together when it comes public. You're in the fucking
Ooh.
Super Bowl, so
You're smart.
You should have your boys do it. Give them 10 grand each. Say, hey, each of y'all go put 10 grand on this, and I'll give you half of it or whatever, right?
He had to have told someone he was gonna do it. There's no way. I bet people did cash out, but
Well,
maybe not.
Here's
I
the
don't
thing:
know.
a lot of the articles I've been reading on the books that kept that prop bet up are now refunding people who bet against there being a streaker. So they're saying, hey, we know it was rigged because this guy did this, so we're going to give you your money back. And I don't know what they're going to do as far as paying out people who bet for, because they have to go in and they have to vet and kind of double check everyone who bet for a streaker and say, okay, was this guy were they associated, or is this a legitimate random bettor? So that's kind of the issue they're having to run through.
It's gonna be tough for them to kind of decipher who's innocent and who's not.
How this hasn't been done before either. Like I don't know.
Dude, that's just like the year of 2021, I guess, man. Because people have been doing some smart shit, like with the whole GME and AMC stuff, and then
yeah, except for us. we got in too late.
Little guys are winning somehow.
I'm holding on, dude, because I still believe that even after all this is said and done, that movie theaters and like AMC are going to go back up. Once everything's back open again, their stocks are going to go back up. So if I just hold on to this money I put into it, it's. I mean, they're all closed.
I just want to break even. Give me my money back. That's all I want. I'll hold until. I mean, I haven't sold yet, but man.
Yeah,
if it gets up to what I bought in for, I'm gonna seriously consider.
Oh, of course. I think everyone is, but that's just kind of where we're at. But on the topic of like holding diamond hands, paper hands to the moon, Apple announced recently, I think yesterday or the day before, that they are allowing people to pay through Bitcoin. I haven't confirmed this for sure myself. I haven't tried and looked, but everywhere I've read on it, it was announced, and you can now pay with Bitcoin for Apple Pay, which would explain why the previous high for Bitcoin was like $39,000. And when I looked last night, Bitcoin was at like 48,000. I mean, almost a $10,000 jump, and like that in an instant.
Wonder if Apple's doing better too. I want to check.
I mean, they've got a lot of things they're working on. They have that, and then there's the Apple Tesla potential merger going on with their systems.
I heard about that one too. Apple's at 135 right now, which is I think a little bit higher than where it's been at. And then let me look at Bitcoin, dude. Yeah, Bitcoin 47. Jesus Christ.
Yeah.
I don't keep up with it as much as I kind of used to when I first downloaded Robinhood. I just thought Bitcoin was really interesting to kind of watch at first. I don't have any shares of it or anything, but yeah, that's crazy. So what does that mean? So Apple's gonna let you pay with Bitcoin. So what? Like you're like in the App Store buying an app or something, or like you're buying like an iPad or an iPhone or something?
Yeah, I guess if you have Bitcoin, you can use just a percentage of it, like
Interesting.
0.0001, however much that would equate to be.
The whole thing with just virtual currency, man, I just don't. How long is that going to take to become like a norm? Like, is it even actually going to be a norm? Like, I think we're just still so far away.
Yeah.
Like, are your kids going to be using virtual? Are your kids' kids going to be using virtual currency? I don't know.
That's tough.
My age-old argument
There's a
to
lot
it,
of things that go into that, man.
Yeah.
my age-old argument to it is that the majority of people that invest into like Bitcoin and Ethereum and things like that,
Yeah.
they're not investing into it because they're like, oh, this is what I'm going to use to buy, so I need to have it now. Most of them are holding on to it, and when the price is right, they're going to sell it because they want the cash. So it's like the cash is still like the gold standard. So
yeah, cash is still king. That's what I was saying the last time we talked about it. That's all people are using it for, is to cash out on it. And I don't think too many people are like, oh, I've got a Bitcoin, now I can go and buy stuff. Like, you've got a Bitcoin and you're selling it and you're getting cash.
Yeah.
That's the thing. Right? Yeah, now I'm a multi-millionaire. I've made $220 million off this Bitcoin. It's like, yeah, you got what you wanted. What you really truly wanted was the dollars. So is it really going to take over the dollars? The moment people are like, oh yeah, I invested into a bunch of dollars and now I can buy a Bitcoin, that's when it's taken over. Which will it ever get to that point? I don't think so. I don't know. If Rob was here, Dr. Evil, he'd have a totally different perspective.
True.
He's Arthur fisting right now if he's watching the podcast, just like, you motherfucker.
And none of us have virtual currency, right?
I got some Dogecoin or Doggy Coin.
Oh, you bought some of that, huh?
I bought some last year, like a year ago.
Oh, okay.
It was at like 0.0002 or something like that.
I don't believe you. And you didn't cash out.
You fucking liar.
No, it's just been sitting there.
You're a damn lie.
Where's my Robin Hood? I hate
You
saying
didn't cash out when it was
Where's
at
my
like
phone?
70
Oh, wait, I'm
cents?
a millionaire.
No, I only put in $20.
Oh.
Yeah,
so that's chump change.
Yeah, it's not a lot. So even if it was up to a dime, it would still only be like, I think like $100 maybe. No, I don't know. I have to do the math, but it wasn't a lot. So
yeah,
whatever.
Fucking.
Let's see here. You'll see Nate Shot in the Super Bowl commercial.
Dude, I saw that. So yeah, I saw the tweet and I was kind of excited. I was like, dude, is it gonna be? And I texted you guys. I was like, because I thought it was gonna be a 100 Thieves commercial, and I was like, holy shit! Like, how do they have money for that? Because it's so expensive to get an ad on there.
I thought it was gonna be Rocket Mortgage. That's what I thought he would be doing.
Yeah, and then you replied with some logical shit. You were like, well, it's probably like a sponsor, like Totino's or Rocket Mortgage. I was like, okay, that makes sense.
Yeah.
But then it was Rockstar, right? An energy drink.
Yep.
Yeah.
So are they like sponsored by Rockstar now or something, or he was just the face to be thrown in?
Maybe he just took the opportunity to be in a commercial in the Super Bowl, maybe. Yeah. But I was disappointed. He was like literally in the commercial for like 1 second.
Yeah. Guess you saw what he was wearing?
Oh yeah, 100 Thieves merch.
Yeah, 100%. He like I wonder if he shows up. They're like, oh, we got a costume change actually. Can you wear this? He's like, hell, fucking no, I'm not wearing that.
You got to get a plug in somewhere.
Yeah,
it's funny because you were saying that like how expensive it is to get a commercial, and it's like I think it's like $3 million for like 30 seconds of advertisement time. Did you guys see his deleted tweet? I got a snippet of it. I was able to see
Nate Shot?
Nate Shot, yeah.
No, I didn't see it.
He was. I'm sure he tweeted it, and then people were like, "Yo, don't do that. It makes it look bad for us." He said, "Let me read it. See, let me pull it up." He tweeted out, "How much money did Paramount spend on the Super Bowl? Holy shit, this is the third spot I've seen." Because Paramount had a lot. They had that entire segment where they had all those like actors on the mountaintop. They had like at least 3 to 5 commercials.
You're right. I do remember that now. Because they're advertising Paramount Plus, which is another subscription, right?
Probably.
I think it's like some sort of subscription with stuff that they produce.
I've always said it's ironic.
Look it up.
We're gonna go full cycle. So think about this for a second. We're gonna go full cycle, full circle, right? So everything originally was cable and dish or whatever. You had your deals, your package deals. Now all these providers are going around and making their own subscription-based things. Like, okay, you can have Hulu, you can have Netflix, you can have Cinemax, you can have HBO. Everything is their own thing for like $19, $10, whatever a month. Well, what's happening is eventually someone's going to come back through after people are like, I'm not going to buy all these packages. This is too expensive. And they're going to bundle a bunch of them together, and it's just going to be cable invented, basically.
I feel that.
It's like we're just going in a circle.
I think a lot of people are already there. Like I'm so deep in so many subscriptions. I would love like a bundle service. And you know what? We already have like a bundle service. Me and Brenna, the Disney. Okay, if you have a Disney subscription, you can do a bundle for like $5 more, where you get Hulu and you get ESPN Plus. So it's already kind of bundling a little bit.
Which is exactly what we had before, but it's just done its life cycle and come back around.
Yeah, I looked it up. It's got CBS, Comedy Central, Nickelodeon, MTV. So I mean, it has like some good channels. It looks like, but I haven't watched those channels in a long time. But yeah, I don't know.
Did you see one of the commercials was for Michelob Ultra? Did you see that commercial?
Michelob Ultra.
Yeah, I would say you're right over there. Why'd you say it like that?
I don't know. Michelob Ultra.
What was the commercial? Oh wait, they're seltzers. They were coming out with a seltzer.
Well, they're getting dragged on Twitter because they spent $10 million on a Super Bowl ad to tell you, the people, that they will donate $1 million to farmers when they hit 450 million for people buying their beer. How crazy is that?
That is crazy.
It's a lot of money.
Spending $10 million on an ad just to say, like, we're here to make an impact. So after $450 million of beer is bought, we're going to donate $1 million to farmers.
Jesus.
Like, no, if you cared about farmers, you could have just donated the money to them instead of $10 million on a Super Bowl ad.
Yeah, I guess they're saying like, hey, buy our shit. Please help us make some money, maybe? I don't know.
But it was all about how, like, we're going to make an impact and help out the farmers.
What beer do you guys drink? What's your casual beer? Is it do you guys drink Michelob Ultra?
Occasionally.
I don't mind it at all. Yeah. I like it, but Bud Light or gosh damn it, Twist Top's Cold Wrapper. Why can I not think of it?
Twist Top?
No, you need bottle opener.
Oh, you're talking about
Modelo.
You're talking about
yeah, God, I kept thinking of
Modelo. I thought you were saying like Leinenkugel.
No.
Yeah, what were you saying, CP?
I was just saying my go-to is Dos Equis. I'll drink Ultra, and then Coors Original.
Really? Okay. Well, did Bud Light have an ad? I mean, I'm sure they did. I don't remember it though.
They had their lemonade or whatever. The Bud Light.
Oh yeah.
The lemonade seltzer or whatever.
Yeah, are they good? I've been wanting to try.
I mean, they're good. I think they're a little bit too high. I think they're like a couple bucks cheaper though, which is kind of nice.
I'm not a big seltzer person.
They didn't have the Budweiser Clydesdales this year. It's like a staple in the Super Bowl every year.
You're right. I wonder why not.
Yeah, Budweiser just decided not to do it. I always look forward to that commercial too. It's always like heartwarming.
Yeah, no, it really is. Like I feel good.
Yeah.
You guys ready to go down and trip down memory lane?
With what?
Budweiser. Y'all don't know that? The original Budweiser commercials with the frogs? Oh my gosh. I'm not that much older than you guys.
That's what I was going to say. Maybe I'm not old enough.
No, the original Budweiser commercial, there were these 3 frogs, and each frog would
Oh my God, I'm looking at it. This is from 1995. So yeah, I mean, I was 1 year old.
I was 2.
I was 4 when that happened, but they played all the way up. They played all the way up to like the early 2000s.
Okay.
And then that was when
47.
The Coors Light twins took over my life after 2000. That's all I could focus on for a long time.
Damn.
And twins.
Hey, you guys saw the halftime show?
Mm-hmm.
Do you guys like it? I think there's a lot of mixed reviews on it. I think it was like kind of like only okay.
Some people praised it, but I liked The Weeknd. I love the songs he did, and I understand people are like, he's been putting this in motion for like a year or two. Like, go back and look at his red. Like, what? What's the point you're trying to get across? It's just a bunch of people, their face wrapped up from plastic surgery, and then that whole part where he was like in that mirror room.
That part. Tell me you guys looked away, because I couldn't keep watching it. It was making me like get motion sick. It really was.
To me, it was cringy. I was like, really? This is weird.
Some quality memes came out of it.
It really, yeah, for sure.
Definitely.
All right, where are we at?
Meme of the century. Actually, this is just a fun random fact that I read upon yesterday. As we speak of meme of the century, yesterday was the 10-year anniversary of Friday, the song. You guys remember Friday?
Black.
from Rebecca Black.
It's Friday.
One of the
10
biggest,
years.
one of the
Holy
that was
shit.
honestly one of the that was probably one of the earliest memes on YouTube. Was probably that.
No way, really?
You think? Well, can you think of anything before that?
Yeah, it did go pretty darn viral.
It was like
That's
the
10
most
years
viewed. It
old.
was like the most viewed
Dude,
video on
that's like
YouTube
one
at
of
the
those
time.
things. You guys ever get those TikToks where it's like, here's Black Ops 2 and it's 10 years old? And I'm like,
yeah,
oh my
those hit
god.
hard.
It's with
Those
this
hit hard.
Rebecca Black thing. It's like, this is also 10 years
Wait,
old.
what football team did it, CP? Was it Miami? The Dolphins? Remember
Did
a football
what?
team did? They did like a whole music video to that song.
That wasn't the Rebecca Black. That was that was Miami because they did it with the cheerleaders too. It was the Carly Rae Jepsen song.
What? What's the song?
Call Me Maybe.
Oh, you're
Oh,
right.
you're
They
right.
did the Call Me Maybe. I remember that.
Yeah, you're right.
Because people were making like vines of it. So like, because they like pop up from like a seat and then another one pop up from another seat. Like, hey, I just met you. This is crazy.
This is crazy. Yeah.
Oh man, what a time to be alive.
Dude, for sure. I wanted to talk about this Vin show. So, are you guys familiar with Vin?
I have no
No.
clue what Venn is. I know what a Venn diagram is.
That fucks me up a little bit because I've definitely told you guys about this before. So maybe you guys don't listen to me. I don't know. It's
Pretty
like
accurate.
a Twitch channel, and like their Twitch. I think it's just like @Vin maybe. I don't know. Twitch.tv/Vin, something like that. But it's basically like a Twitch channel that's like live, either 24/7 or a lot. Like it's almost live all the time. And the way that channel operates, it's almost like a television network is the way to think about it. Like they'll actually have like 30-minute blocks, like an hour block, and have like these shows that are on there.
I remember now.
I swear I've linked some of it to you guys.
You have.
It's ringing a bell.
Yeah. Because I was saying, like, man, like, is this kind of maybe the future? Like, do we need to kind of do something like this maybe? I don't know. But our boy Hex is getting a show on there, I guess. So I linked that article, and I guess it's like kind of like a talk show where he brings like top esport faces in there, top gaming people, streaming people, and it's like a talk show.
So you're talking about his podcast that he already does?
Well, see, that's the thing. Yeah, I don't know.
It looks like, what was the show on HBO? Real Sports Talks or something like that? Do you know what I'm talking about?
I don't know if I've seen it.
Give me a second. I'm gonna do y'all go on. I'm gonna do some research here.
But hold on. Yeah, it's the esports forward.
Yeah, it's Real Sports with Bryant Gumbel on HBO. He sits down in a chair and like a random, like they're spaced apart, just like the thumbnail of that Hex one, and they just talk to sports figures and like tell like a little Q&A and like a little mini documentary kind of style and like highlight things. But it's on HBO, and it's literally the exact same setup as what they're doing with the new Hex show, but sports.
Well, and like reading this article, it's from Esports Observer. I guess the first episode might already be out there, but it's with Fwiz, and I know they're friends, so I'm sure that first episode's probably pretty darn good. But no, I didn't even think about what Eric said. That is kind of true. He does have that podcast he does. It
sounds like his podcast.
Very, very similar. And his podcast is a pretty darn good podcast. It keeps my attention pretty much all the way through.
Dude, you want to break the gaming community? Do one with Optic J.
That's what I was about to say.
God,
insane, dude.
I've got
I would. Oh, that'd be so good to see.
I've got a fun story with Optic J.
Well, here, 1 second. I just had one question with this Vin thing, really quick. Just like, and we can kind of move on from it. But like, would you guys actually tune in live to the show?
Depends on the time.
Or would you guys watch it later?
I don't tend to watch a lot of things live. I just tend to watch especially stuff like that, like VODs. So I would definitely, if it came out on YouTube and they cut clips of it, I would watch the clips.
Definitely
that's
later.
what I'm kind of thinking
Not
too,
live.
and that's why I'm thinking like I wonder if it's even gonna really work. Like, is it gonna be more like people actually tune in, or if people actually just like clip it up?
That's why like television is dying, and because people don't want to like tune in at a certain time. Like even if you do watch TV still, like I do, like you record the TV show and watch it whenever you want to watch it.
Yeah,
It's rare to get people to like actually sit down at a certain time to watch something outside of live sports or Game of Thrones. That was like the last thing, really.
there is a show called, I think it's Bondi Beach or Bondi Rescue, which is like a.
Oh, dude, I watch those clips on YouTube all the time.
They have solely focused on putting their show on YouTube. Like that's what they do because it's so much more watched on YouTube, and it's such
Who
a good
does?
show.
Entertaining.
It's called Bondi Beach, and they basically it's like a show about the lifeguards. that work at the Bondi Beach, which is like the biggest beach in the world. So people come from Japan, all over the world to come visit this place, and there's literally every day like 30,000 people on this beach, and it's just like it's a great show. But they put everything on YouTube, and that's like where its popularity is.
And what were you saying about Jay?
Oh, I just said I got a fun story with Optic Jay. Back in it would have been 2015, 2014, somewhere around there. I kind of briefly mentioned this story a little bit before, but it was me and my buddy Start, who lived where I live. I randomly met him online through Tasmo, and we went down to PAX South, and we were down there. It was like me, Taz, Fliz, Jay, Sark, C-Nanners, a bunch of the biggest names I've ever met in my life when it comes to like the YouTube community. We all went out to eat at this restaurant. We're all sitting at the bar, and we go to get our table. And at the end of the night, I don't remember whose idea it was. I think it was like Taz or maybe someone from the NB org was like, "Hey, let's all get the hottest pepper this restaurant has to offer, and eat this pepper." So literally, like there's like 15 of us all had this pepper, and we're just known as the Pepper Boys. So it was just a little fun fact. Yeah, dude.
I'm into that type of shit.
Dude, I mean, if I'm there and they're like, hey, like, how about you take the first bite, Ron? And, like, I just met these people and I don't want to look like a pussy. I'm probably doing it, but, like, I'm pissed off.
I washed it down with a beer, like, right away, which didn't help.
That's funny.
I'm always down to do shit like that.
Me and Brenna, we were at Target. We were looking at games, and you can actually buy the Hot Ones game. Do you guys see that? It's like
there's a game for it.
Well, it's kind of like it asks you a question, and you can either answer the question or you can take the last dab. And you buy the board game, and there's a bottle of the last dab in there, and then a bunch of cards with a bunch of juice on it that you have to answer.
Dude, I've wanted to go on. I would love to go on that show and try it. I would love to do it.
Well, buy that game, try the last dab, see if you can do the final one.
Oh my gosh, he's an extremely smart dude. He's been on Joe Rogan's podcast, but he's very controversial. He's like a professor.
Jordan Peterson?
Jordan Peterson, yes. He dubbed Joe Rogan as the greatest interviewer that's ever walked the planet. And I'm like, yes, I agree. But that dude from Hot Ones has put up some damn good interviews with some really
people.
Dude,
you're right.
Come on.
I don't watch Joe very
Come
much.
on. No. You can't compare the two. Joe Rogan's sitting down for 3, sometimes 4 hours with people and is entertaining all the way through. And don't get me wrong, I love Hot Ones and I watch like all of them, but
I guess it's true. It's not a live
probably filming for like 45 minutes and getting like 20 minutes worth of shit.
That's true. They're cutting that shit down for
sure. It's not a live experience.
He's great, but I mean that's not a real interview. Joe Rogan does uncut.
Yeah, that's
true.
What I mean? No, yeah, for sure.
Dude, so okay, we fucking become famous. We get on that Hot Ones show. Who are we throwing up there to make it all the way? Like it's not me. I couldn't do it.
Oh, I'm making it.
You could probably do it. I think Rob's spicy too, though. I think Rob is a spicy guy. What about Rev?
Yes, Rev did the hot challenge for us when we lost the competition.
Oh,
what did he have? The beef jerky.
He fucking bought some spicy beef jerky. I don't know.
Yeah, I don't know about that.
It should have been one.
I think I'm going all the way for sure. I think I'm for sure going all the way. Like I put hot sauce on everything. I love hot sauce, but just to go all the way is like the main reason.
I'm not worried about it going down. I'm worried about it coming out.
I'm not tapping out.
Oh yeah. Coming out. I didn't even think about that.
You know, DJ Khaled only made it like, go back and watch. This is like when it first started. DJ Khaled went on and made it through like 4, and he quit. He's like the all-time worst on the entire show.
Damn. Yeah, dude, you hate to hear it.
It's safe to say he did not say another one.
That's what I was gonna say. I was gonna say that too.
Hey DJ, another one? No, not another one. Worst DJ Khaled impersonation ever. who was? Y'all said something about David Dobrik earlier. Did you guys see?
Oh, that's before I had to go.
Yeah, did you guys see that he uploaded a video finally for the first time in like a year?
Yeah.
Did you
I
see what
didn't
he
click it.
uploaded?
I
You
saw it
didn't
has
click
like
it?
I saw it has like 8 million views though. I was
You
like,
haven't
holy
watched
shit.
it yet?
He bought
No,
a
I saw a picture
well,
on Twitter. I saw a picture on Twitter of
but
his bed
you
that he
were
had.
you were the David Dobrik guy.
No, I was. I miss all the old people. Like, what's going on with like
Alex,
fucking no? Who's your two dudes, man?
Todd.
Heath and Zane.
Heath and Zane. What's going on with
TikTok.
them? They're never in the videos anymore.
Because there's no David Dobrik
They do
videos.
their podcast now that's like blown up.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah, I need to watch that podcast then.
His
But no,
podcast room
what?
is dope.
So
Yeah,
okay, what?
sick.
David Dobrik got a new house? Is that what's going on?
Yeah, he basically shows off his new house and shit that's like really cool about it. Like, dude, do you remember what's that damn movie where Adam Sandler he's a hick
Mr.
and
Deeds.
then he like
Mr. Deeds.
yeah, Mr. Deeds. You remember
Okay.
that? He
Yeah.
inherited his dad's like fortune,
Yeah.
whatever. He put that he has a water fountain in his house, like straight out of school, like high school, full of Hawaiian Punch. So it's just
What?
Hawaiian Punch. Yeah,
Yeah.
it's so dope.
Oh
and
my
then he
god.
gave Jonah his comedic friend. He gave Jonah the Mountain Dew car from the Mountain Dew commercial.
I saw that. I saw like a little clip or something.
He gave
But
that
yeah,
car,
no, that's crazy.
the actual car. He gave it to him, and then he bought an Audi and a Mercedes for his two assistants.
Oh,
I mean, it's not a David Dobrik video, especially a
God.
comeback video, without giving out some cars.
Dude, well, I listened to David Dobrik's podcast, and he was talking about how before buying a house, he told himself that he wasn't going to spend over $4 or $5 million for a house, and that house that he looked at, his real estate agent told him like they could get it for $4 or $5 million, but they turned it down. So then they offered $6 million, they turned it down. They offered $7 million, they turned it down. They offered $8 million, they turned it down.
Oh my.
So he offered $9 million, and the guy's like 9.5. But David deadass said he wasn't going to go over 9 million. You know how they live by the deadass thing. So who was it? It was Ilya, Jason, and Joe pitched in for the last 500,000. So they have like a stake in his house. So
Oh,
a
wow.
$9.5 million house.
Yeah, it's if you haven't
And
seen
the guy
it,
that sold in the house said literally 2 days later he was offered 13 million cash.
Oh my.
it's kind of like that guy that was
Is it
offered the
California?
Bitcoin years ago.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
Yeah, it's ridiculous. It's up in the hills.
But the house is insane.
Yeah, it's a mansion
wanna
up in the
make money,
hills. It's
man.
got like those. What are they called? What are those pools called that are like super flat? That are like it looks like
Infinity
pools. Yeah, that just looks off the cliff. Looks like you're falling over.
Yeah, it just like falls
It's
off.
nuts.
Yeah.
Okay, why does David Dobrik not have a girlfriend?
Because he's
I don't know.
probably well he was dating
What the fuck is going
what's
on
her
with
name
that?
for
That
a
dude,
long time, and then they both split ways just to focus on their careers.
who Liza?
Eliza,
Yeah.
Dude, how about Megan? Do you know who Madison Beer is?
Yep.
Yeah. I keep
Dude,
seeing
she
those
wanted
YouTube thumbnails.
she wanted to date him, and he fucking turned it down. Like
Yeah.
what?
Because
It's insane.
He's smart. He's not trying to lose
Well,
that money.
I guess. I mean, he doesn't have to like.
It does. You don't lose the money over a girlfriend though. You're talking about if you get married, I guess, and
Tell it's been a
with a
while since you've
divorce.
had a girlfriend, dude, huh?
Dude, and then for the longest time, I thought he was dating his assistant, which I'm sure like a lot of people did. But now I'm just like, I don't think they really are.
No, she's dating Todd.
Yeah, she's dating Todd. They always did it as a meme. Like
Oh,
he would
God,
joke
I'm
around
so out
about
of the loop.
Yeah, you are. See, I listen
She's
to the
dating
podcast.
Todd?
it.
The fuck?
That's what everyone else says. They're like, Natalie, are you sure?
You know what? The last thing I saw on that, I thought it was a joke. The last thing I saw on that was they put like a conversation between Todd
on the
and
billboard.
what's her name?
And Natalie on the billboard.
Natalie. They put her on the billboard. Yeah.
Yeah.
You saw that?
Yeah, when he was
Yeah,
drunk
that
texting
ended
her.
up turning into like a real thing.
Actual relationship. Wow. Okay.
Well, you know, he also dated Corinna before.
Who did?
Todd?
David Dobrik.
No, Todd.
Oh, Todd.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, Todd did.
Todd just basically swoops in and around all the girls that David brings in and just picks them up off the feet. He's like, here you go, I got you.
Yeah, that can't last too long.
So, Dennis Clement in the chat. What's up, brother?
Well, he's about ready to wrap it up.
There was one more thing that I wanted to mention because I was interested in it. Was T1 made some moves over the last 2 weeks now? I'd probably say.
Yeah.
Let's see here. It started off at the end of January, I noticed this because I saw the video when it came out live. Was they signed Flights as a streamer, which I didn't even know T1 had content creators on their team, which that was a big deal.
Which I am subscribed to Tyler One for League of Legends, and I don't even play League of Legends, but I still watch his videos sometimes just because he's so damn funny.
Yeah, I remember you were on that kick a couple months ago. You're like, dude, you gotta see his video. You gotta see his video.
Yeah, I don't know. He's just an entertaining dude. And, I mean, and he's good at the game. But I knew he was kind of like a content creator, and he got signed, which is pretty crazy. And he already has like T1 kind of as his logo, which was like a good fit. But recently, actually, let me Google it just to make sure. But it's Tyler One and Flights. Yeah, I'm pretty sure they made a video together.
They did.
Yeah,
they
are.
They made a video together. They so T1 made a few kind of signature moves. They signed obviously Flights and Tyler One, which I always thought was interesting because Tyler One and the name of the team is, or the organization is T1. But then they also signed a guy named David Dennis, who was a head coach for C9. He was a psychiatrist, which is interesting because I'll tell you a little bit about that in just a second. But then they signed Automatic, who was a former CS pro from C9. And then they released Brax and AZK, which are Brax was a former pro CS player that got banned, and AZK was also banned from CS, but they made their comebacks for Valorant. The interesting thing about the David Dennis guy being a psychiatrist is that that's a thing that a lot of teams and orgs are starting to invest in, is psychiatrists to help their players, because it's such a mental gruel and grind that they can't get over the hurdle of the pressure. So a lot of big organizations have brought in psychiatrists to help with like just the mental side. Astralis being one of the big ones that could never get over the hurdle for CS, was the number one team for the longest stretch of CS to its existence, and they brought in a psychiatrist to help.
I think that's super smart. I mean, I think mental health is crazy, especially with gamers, dude.
Yeah, they bottle
especially
it up.
The stuff I see on Twitter. It's just like, I don't know, man.
It's easy.
It just eats away at you.
It's easy to bottle up your mental health and emotions and then just play video games and escape for like 6 to 8 hours a day and forget about it. And then when you log off, it like comes back to you like, oh shit, I still have these issues. And so having someone there to help people in that situation come back around is pretty big. Let's see here.
If we want to squeak in my last little thing I linked, just because Liquid is kind of in the realm, and I'm sure Liquid is popular with psychiatrists as well. I think a lot of teams are starting to kind of go that route like with having more of like a staff almost, you know?
Yeah, no, they have full-on nutritionist, psychiatrist,
but I was just
guys.
I think it was like maybe it was either last podcast or maybe a couple ago. I think I was talking about Naruto. Was I not about Naruto on merch and like Dragon Ball Z, or was I just talking?
Is that how you're supposed to say that?
Naruto?
Yeah.
Or is it Naruto?
Naruto.
I haven't seen
Naruto.
Naruto.
But maybe I'm wrong.
I don't know. I think it's one of those things people say it all kinds of different ways. Tomato, dude. We know what you're saying.
But
put your hands behind your back and you run full speed.
Here, so I linked it in the podcast chat. But they got a collab with them. So
Liquid and Naruto?
Liquid and Naruto. It's like a collab merch. And when you think of merch and esports, like I always think of like 100 Thieves. But they actually have some good ass fucking merch, dude.
Dude, if I was a Naruto fan,
I
would be all over this because it looks good, and I'm not even a Naruto fan.
And I think it's like one of those things where a lot of gamers are also into anime. So I think it's like a perfect fit, honestly.
Oh, for sure. Yeah.
But you guys are into superhero stuff, right?
I watch Marvel, yes.
Yeah, because they did a Marvel collab too, which when I saw that come out, I'm not into it. But now that I'm looking at it, I'm like, okay, this is also pretty freaking dope.
It's kind of
like they just have so many cool designs on here, man. I don't know. And it's just like
Folson getting the only ever apparel collab with the UFC.
Yeah, and I just think to myself, like, why aren't other esports orgs doing stuff like this because this is sick as hell.
This is like moving away from like merch to like designer like clothes type shit.
Yeah.
Like, you know what I mean? Like, look at your standard old merch from a YouTuber, and then it's like I feel like 100 Thieves kind of broke that mold, and it turned it like not just from like a gaming thing to where like, oh, I would rock the shit out of that whether I liked 100 Thieves or not, like gaming or not, like their clothes are dope.
I mean, I don't want to be like that guy, but this is cool.
What, you don't like
this
it?
is cool, and it's like big news for the merge and everything. But you wouldn't catch me drop dead wearing any of this merch.
What?
Dude,
Come
top
on,
row,
dude.
look at that jacket, that white and
Okay,
black
you're
jacket,
saying-
and
Then
that
what?
hoodie.
Okay, you go to a fucking event. What are you wearing? What, you walking in there with a fucking Cowboys jersey on?
Wearing probably a sweater, some blue jeans, and some shoes and a hat. Keeping it
Some
cash.
cowboy boots.
Actually, there's footage of me at an event. You saw what I wore: Texas Rangers shirt, fucking shorts, and knocking over monitors, man.
A couple cockroaches on your legs.
Oh yeah, I wore some boots to that event, which was a bad idea. But no, I mean, it's like that jacket's cool, but it's not coming off my back, and I'm not hanging up because I'm not showing a anime character on the inside of my jacket. That's just my personal taste.
Damn, you're a hater, man.
I'm not a hater. I respect the game, man. It's awesome they did that, but different time, man. Different time.
I think that about wraps it up, right?
Yeah, it's really kind of touches on everything.
We got any? What can we close on?
RunsDeep.
Go watch your latest video.
RunsDeep recap. Latest video came out
True.
Wednesday, episode 29, Misadventures. Bambi's Evolved. No, Reloaded. Bambi's Reloaded.
Yeah. I honestly think that video has like our best clip in it, dude. That opener clip, I fucking love that clip, man.
Yep.
I just wish we had even like better shit in it. But
It's
that
good,
first
and it
clip
took
is
a
so good.
long time to set up.
Yeah.
It really
was like
did.
weeks in the making to try to get that.
Yeah.
The first day I was informed of it, it happened the very next raid, which was interesting.
Oh,
Well, because
it was going to happen to you too.
DL, because we were gonna get your ass.
We're gonna see how many people we could get, and then see if we can make it like a section of the video of like friendship tests. See who would take it and who would say.
So, I mean, that kind of also
That would've
brings
been
us
me.
into like the next, I guess, thing to close on is, what are we doing next?
Dude, yeah, I don't know. What the fuck are we?
I don't know. That's probably a topic off podcast.
Yeah, we need Rob in here too.
Yeah, well, we'll just close it with that. In the near future, in the Misadventures coming up for sure, we'll have Tarkov. We'll have some Valorant coming out. Not sure which one's going to be next quite yet, but it'll be one of the two, and then we'll start mixing them both in, and that'll be what we do next.
Hell to the yeah.
You guys want to close anything else out?
I think that's it.
Yeah, I think I'm good.
All right, you guys see this video? Drop
Peace
drop
out,
a like.
everybody.
Catch us on Spotify as well. Be sure to follow the playlist in the description. Give us a follow. Peace out.
See you.